Okay. I'm still running a little late, but we're at least started. We're live. Hey, Jaded, you there?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
At points you break up, but I heard that okay.
We'll be running downstairs in a second.
Okay.
Okay. How we doing?
I think we're doing good.
Good.
Ready for another adventure? Many voices.
Hopefully, because that's what we're going to be up to, whether we're ready or not.
About 5% of them are maybe okay voices.
I don't even know if you've done enough for 5% to be even one good character.
Ooh.
That's just a math, not a me reading you thing.
Oh. Um, I'm pretty sure like that 95% of voices was all in the coatl.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fair. Thought I was going to be able to be fast today, and I wasn't. Oh, I'm not even changed into proper streaming clothes. I almost had my top bits out, my lady lumps.
Oh no. Hey, I think Nerdy Gurdy looks like rated your channel.
Oh, nighty Gertie, how you doing? Oh, I ran up those stairs too fast. And by too fast, I mean I really didn't go up fast at all, but I'm out of shape, so I need your help.
What you need my help with?
This app you downloaded for me isn't working.
Okay, let me come over there.
Thank you. Nerdy, how was your trip? Figuring it out. Thank you. Friggin' fantastic. Friggin' tastic. Good. Was it like a work trip or were you just going for the funsies of it? You were in Italy, right? There we go. Get that app working. I'm running a little bit late, so we're going to fill up some of this beginning time with chat while I fix things up. Okay. So we're on session 7. You missed last week. Are you going to be ready to do the recap for this one, Jaded?
I'm ready for you to do the recap for this one.
Oh
Yes, Jaded
no.
is ready.
No. Oh, both your parents have heritage in Italy, so you took a 10-day trip to see it. That is awesome. I don't even know where my heritage comes from to be able to do anything like that. But I also wouldn't want to go on a vacation like that with my family, so I guess it works out.
I just hope you didn't stay at the White Lotus. Terrible things seem to happen there.
I know, isn't that the plot line of like season 2 was
I
they
think it
had
was
like
Italy,
three
yeah.
generations going to visit Italy and staying in the White Lotus.
Okay, Nerdy Gertie's going to do the recap for us today.
Oh, Nerdy Gertie's going to do the recap. Okay, let's do it.
I'm trying to remember what happened. I even watched your recap earlier today, and
I know I didn't pay attention to my recap when I posted it earlier, so I'm like, oh gosh, I don't remember.
so I think we kind of entered further down into the uh, city. There was some sort of door that people were trying to unlock. You got put to sleep while using a crystal and betrayed, possibly by two of your companions.
That was so rude.
Yeah. What do you expect? It's Regia.
I know, Regen Zaka, who refuses to love me no matter how hard I try.
So Nerdy's recap is you licked some stuff and you yelled at some stuff and poked some stuff with a weapon.
You know what? Actually, I think that is pretty accurate. I don't think it let me lick anything. I think I was going to lick something, but we did fight an ooze, and I think I was going to lick it, but then it attacked before I could do anything to it. I should have tried the leftovers after we. Oh wait, no, we didn't get to like actually defeat it. When we got it low health, it essentially just ran away.
Oh yeah, and it kind of like spit stuff at you and forced you to take story damage.
Narrative damage.
I
That
think you found some sort
was
of magic.
rude.
You found some sort of magic stream that, like magic light, that you were
Oh
able to
yeah.
bathe in and get bless until your next long rest, I believe.
Yes, which we still have bless. Also, we rolled 3 natural 2s on insight rolls. We still have no idea what's going on in the minds of any of our compatriots. They keep being very sneaky, I guess, or we're just not very observant. We're not very insightful.
You held back from trying to unalive Gygar, and now you two are traveling together a little bit.
Yeah, I still wanted to get rid of him. I was really hoping that there, at the point when he was like, "Oh, I really need a break," that I was going to be able to just leave him. That would have been the ideal scenario for me.
Yeah. And then I think you found some, like another door that you had to kind of solve how to get through it. And you found one of the four element cubes, and you were able to create three of the others from some crystals of Zaleth.
Yes, I forgot about that part. I'm also curious when we were supposed to find those crystals, because I'm assuming I failed some kind of perception rolls or something, because I only found one of the 4 crystals before getting to the door, and I don't think that's how it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm curious what would have happened. Like, you failed all these different perception checks and maybe didn't find the cubes, but what if you also didn't happen to have enough crystals to get through the door?
I know. I guess it would just been like, oh, time to go home. Which maybe that would have been what we should have done. Honestly, with how bad we're failing things and we've already died once, I'm like, at some point, I guess we just need to call it in. Okay, I'm almost ready. I think that was about it. It felt like a really short. Oh, we introduced. This isn't story wise, but we introduced battle maps, and I made a new scene to like make the battle maps a little bit bigger because we were kind of struggling with them last session. So now we have a new scene for battle maps. Maybe we can get it to work a little bit better this time. We'll see. We'll see.
And I learned something new from Nerdy Gertie's stream today. Um, I saw that they were battling a big plant monster, and it was a large one, and the token took up a 2x2. So I have to make sure I pay attention to the creature sizes.
Oh yeah. Do you have tokens for all of those set up?
Yeah, I should have tokens. I just need to, like, I can activate them and then shrink them as I need to.
Ah, nifty. Like a yeah.
Yep, so I can even shrink Faucet to fit within the cubes they need to fit.
You're gonna have to shrink me so because I'm so cute and tiny. I'm so
Yeah.
petite.
Am I going to make you the smallest where you don't even fully fill up a square?
I mean, maybe we should have done that last campaign when I was playing a halfling. Okay, I just got one more thing to do, and then I will be good to go. Gosh, I can't believe how far behind I fell today. Especially since I don't feel like I went in, like I didn't do crazy makeup. I did pretty basic makeup today. So I'm like, damn, why you gotta take so damn long?
You're here now, so it's all good.
We'll see. We'll see. Don't you speak for eternity. Don't you speak for the universe. Okay. So yeah, y'all did a recap. Nerdy was shockingly correct for not even being here. Hi, gay. Happy Pride. Okay. Gonna go live on TikTok.
For a second, I was like, did I miss something?
What do you mean?
Like a comment or something. I thought you were maybe reading somebody's comment or
Oh no, I
replying to
switched
somebody.
over to video, and I got the gay on my face today. Hi, gay. Happy Prid. I am kind of stressed out that next weekend is Pride, and I don't feel ready for anything.
Yeah, I don't either. Like, I'm like, I want to go out and then we're in a new place, but also, oh, that's going out and doing things.
I do like last time you said basic makeup and you had a sunburn, so I can't trust anything. Actually, since then, yes, last week I also said I was going to do basic makeup, and then I put my face inside of a galaxy. So, but I do feel like this is basic makeup. This is very basic, soft girl makeup. You know, going to the grocery store, uh, normal Monday morning at the office, soft glam during Pride. But no, this actually was honestly super basic makeup, so I'm like I stuck to it this time. I do have like extra things added to it, but literally all I had to do for the rainbow color was get really wet, uh, water activated makeup and just poke it into my eye sockets until it leaked. Like that, you don't get easier than that. Yes, I'm crying. The pride, the stripes. It's because it's so sad that not everyone is gay.
True.
Are
Crying in Le Québécois.
you speaking French? Oh gosh, we need Alexia to come in here. My Quebec friend. Teach us some French.
Oui. Lucia no reviendra jamais jamais.
Delicious.
Italiano.
I don't know what that means. Did you actually say something, or were you just further
Oh,
pronouncing the LGBTQIA?
I know. I did do a little bit of French, like the only French I know. I think I said the cat is never coming back, and
Oh no, what a horrible phrase to know in French.
I'm pretty sure that's what it means. But like in an acting class in college, um, I had to learn a line that was in French, and that was the line that I learned for some reason.
I wish I would have studied French, but I had already studied Spanish and Japanese, so I don't think I would have had time. Okay, I'm gonna be fluent at French after this D&D group I'm in. We've had a session 0 of a Call of Cthulhu that is based in Montreal, and the DM is a French Canadian, and obviously knows French and stuff like that. And I do hate to say that me being the American, uncultured person that I am, the only name that I have understood so far was Robert. Every other name, I have no idea what the hell the name is. I cannot, my brain is not registering because they're also saying it in like a Canadian French accent. And I'm like, I don't know what these sounds are. I cannot figure it out, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. It'll be fine. And then we will survive Cthulhu, maybe. Actually, I don't think I'm going to survive. Looking at the group, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to survive that game. But we've done a basic recap, and I think we are ready to go.
All right, so it looks like I think we just unlocked the door, and says, "Whenever you're ready, you can open the lock and proceed." So we shall.
We shall.
Okay. You set the four stone cubes into the matching indentations on the door and step back. Each stone symbol glows as some hidden machine rumbles and grates to life. Air shines white, earth a warm orange, fire's a fierce red, while water is a gentle blue. Incredible! Gaiga breathes. It's truly incredible. You step back, grabbing Gaiga by a handful of clothing and pulling him away from the door as well. Who knows what new danger could be released by the huge obstacle? After a few seconds, the four cubes crumble into a fine dust that falls gently onto the floor in small piles. Then, with a rumble verging on a roar, the massive slab rolls off to one side to reveal stairs leading down into darkness tinted with blue light. Down there, Gaiga says. It must be down there. It has to be. The Orcus scholar takes the lead down the stairs, one step at a time. As you pass the threshold of the unsealed door, it rolls back into place, and it takes your eyes a moment to adjust to the change in illumination. The walls still glow with the same faint blue light as everywhere around Zaleth, though here it seems to be struggling to remain lit. The air is heavy and damp. It carries a nauseating stench that surpasses odor and makes you feel sullied to the core of your being.
I
It
sullied
reminds you
my
of a
core.
oh my.
I soiled my core.
It reminds you of slimy things in childhood nightmares made real. And though you're vaguely aware the thought isn't your own, you still wonder if you'll ever be able to feel clean again. Beside you, Gaiga gags an oath before retching onto the stairs below him.
An oath? OATH?
Like, yes,
Oh, is he trying to be a
Geiger
paladin right now?
Geiger gags an oath before retching onto the stairs below him. I'm
Mm.
not sure I understand that sentence, but it is a sentence that is there. When he rises, he spits from under the handkerchief he's holding up to his mouth and nose. It's dreadful, he wheezes. Make you wonder if this is all worth it.
It's
Uh,
not go home.
there's only one way to go, and that is down the dimly lit depths. At the base of the stairs, you and Geiger emerge into a round chamber with four large Zelethan crystals evenly spaced throughout the room. The glow is muted, even flickering between a faint shimmer and darkness, casting strange patterns on the smooth stone walls. Here, the lines that normally decorate the walls are instead set into the floor, and all of them radiate out from a large circular altar in a sunken area in the center of the room. Deep grooves adorn the altar itself in the same angular line motif that you've seen throughout the city. A single exit is on the opposite side of the chamber from you. Guy shows little interest in the surroundings, though he does seem to be looking to the exit with what could be either anxiety or excitement.
Relatable.
So now you can either examine the chamber, check for signs of passage, or confer with Gygar on the next steps.
Let's examine the chamber.
You examine your surroundings for any clue as to the chamber's role in the temple's complex, uh, and how it might function. You start with the altar and move outwards. Explore if you must, Gygas says, but be quick about it. We have more important things to do. Go ahead and roll either an Arcana, History, or Investigation check.
Okay, so I have a +2 Arcana and History, but I love magic. So we're gonna go for magic, Arcana. Ooh, and I got an 11. Oh wait, uh, Bless is. Oh gosh, what was Bless again? It's two things. One of them is attack rolls. What's the other? Is it saving throws or is it skill checks?
I'm not
I wrote it
sure.
down somewhere. I want to say it's skill checks, not say. Yeah, it's skill checks, not saving throws, because it doesn't work in Baldur's Gate 3 when you cast guidance. It's not guidance or bless. It's resistance and bless. Okay, so an 11 plus a 1d4 because I'm blessed and highly favored. That is a 14.
14? All right. Thankfully for that bless, you've succeeded. Your investigation reveals more about the chamber. The altar has all the hallmarks of a sacrificial altar, so the grooves are most likely there to drain blood away from a ritual sacrifice. There are no obvious drains below the altar, however, so it's unclear where any liquids would go. The crystals in the corner of the room are arranged in such a way to suggest the cardinal directions of the compass, and each is inscribed with a unique symbol. You think you identify north, but given how much you've been turned around since beginning your underground journey, there's no way to be certain. Upon inspecting the crystals, you see that their light is failing and there are what appear to be dark voids floating through them. The blue glow flickers and stutters through, though at its brightest you can see the familiar Zelethan line patterns flare to life on the floor. The corruption here is palpable, a dark weight that permeates the air around you, ebbing and flowing. And though the crystals are flickering constantly, there is a deeper rhythm to their dimming and brightening, almost like the long breath of some huge beast. Are you quite finished? Gaga asks, sidling towards the exit. Or is there somewhere else you'd like to dawdle? If you haven't done so yet, you could still search for signs of Regin Zakar, or ask Geiger about what he thinks. Or if you're ready to move on, you can leave the altar chamber.
Okay, we are going to look for signs of Regensica. And at this rate, I'm not going to ask Gygar what he wants. I don't care what Gygar wants. I should have taken him out instead of unroping him,
Yeah.
undoing the rope on him, untying his rope.
Though you know you're unlikely to find any sort of trail in the stone tunnels of the underground temple, you still look for signs of Regent Zakar. Any hint of what they're planning could be helpful. They're clearly just up ahead, Gyga says as you start looking around the room. But if you feel it's a good use of your time, go ahead. Go ahead and roll either a perception or survival check.
I have +2 to survival. What's my perception? +2 to both of them. So I'm gonna do perception. Uh, got an got an 18 plus a bless from Gertie, an 18. That'd be a 21. And you know what? We're going to do another bless. We're going to stack the blesses. That way it is more valuable for a chat to redeem. So that is a 23. I better freaking win.
All right, you failed that.
No!
I don't think I've ever seen a skill check in this go higher than. I want to say higher than a 15, but no, it's
I
maybe.
feel like we might have had a 25 once, but that might have also been us
Mm,
goofing around.
yeah. Okay, so you succeeded. So
Thanks,
though
chat.
faint, though faint, you do see some signs that regions a car passed through the chamber. You find areas where dust or debris was disturbed on the floor, and there are scratches in the wall where one of them bumped into the stonework with a weapon or item, probably drawn and at the ready. Interestingly, one of the places where the dust is disturbed is the top of the altar. It's as if someone had cleared the dust to read some meaning in the patterns there. Or a hand was reverently passed over the surface of the ritual object. Based on the signs, the other two passed this way a matter of hours ahead of you, so they have a head start, but not as much as you would have expected. Did you learn anything?
Not telling
Gaiga,
you.
a- Gaiga asks, but he doesn't wait for a reply, because we really must continue onward. If you haven't done so yet, you can investigate the rest of the chamber, which you have,
Yeah.
or you can speak to Geiger for
I'm
his
not speaking to Guy
insights.
Guy. I don't want to talk to him.
So it sounds like you're ready to move
I'm
on.
ready to move on.
I like how you saved him, and Geiger's being like an extra dick now.
I know, and he's also the one that's always like, I need a break. And now he's like, oh, we gotta keep going. No breaks, no dilly dally shilly shally.
Yeah.
It's like, you shut up. You shut up. I don't
You
trust
and
him. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, and I have a -1 to strength.
you and Geiger step through the exit deeper into the tunnel. The air is thick with corruption, leaving you on the edge of gagging the entire time.
Gagged, mama.
As you step over the threshold into the next passage, the floor rumbles and shakes. Moments later, a deep, bellowing roar rushes down the passage with enough force that you feel your clothes ripple and see Geiger's facial hair dance in the breeze.
I totally thought that you said your clothes rip off. It's like, that would be a
Yes.
different story. That would be D&D After Dark. Okay, so big, large row, my clothes ripple, not get ripped off. Got it.
Yeah. So from a deep bellowing roar, that happens. The air carries a fetid stink of things that long ago rotted away, decomposing into something far less wholesome.
Can I scream down the hall, brush your teeth?
Sure.
Okay, I scream down the hall, brush your teeth. And actually, I'm going to, wait, do I not have? Oh, I thought I had prestidigitation. I have minor illusion. I was gonna say I use prestidigitation to make it loud and bellowy, but I can't do that. I just gotta scream to as loud as my voice could take it. Your clothes could do both. Oh, did I mark this 18 plus?
So you shout into the um down the hall or whatever, but you do not get any sort of response.
Hopefully they're
Um,
brushing their teeth.
and then Geiger, not in response to you, says, "Was was that it?" Geiger asks from a hand covering his mouth and nose. The trembling caused by the reverberating roar continues long after it's gone silent, its rage and malevolence lingering in your mind. You have no answer to give Geiger, nor do you want to give him an answer. Instead, you simply continue on with him following uncomfortably close on your heels. The way ahead leads down a long corridor, dimly lit with flickering, invading Zalethan patterns. I like how you didn't point out that that was total improv right there.
Was the title improv? What was the improv? What part was the improv?
That you don't really care.
Oh, no, I don't. That's canon. I think at this point that's canon.
Uh, you and Gaiga proceed down the corridor as carefully and quietly as you both can, allowing you to hear voices up ahead. You signal to Gaiga to keep quiet as you both continue to creep forward. This corridor eventually opens up into a square chamber. Its walls bear the glowing Zalethan motifs you've seen everywhere else, but here they are denser and more elaborate. Though not very large, the space resonates with a sense of finality. At the opposite end of the room, a staircase leads up, though you can't see where it goes. Richa and Zakar are speaking at the base of the stairs, tension obvious in their stances and voices. So the wall panels here and here need to be primed, Richa says, and Zakar nods as she continues. And that should be the last of it here before going up into the cavern and placing the crystal in the panel there. Yes, Zakar says. Power here for shield. Power there for sleep. Then I. Richa holds up a hand for quiet. She closes her eyes and whispers an incantation, and you feel a probing sensation brush against your mind. You can come out, she calls down the hall to you.
Happy Pride! Hi, gay! Is that what you meant?
It is. Um, you're not supposed to be here, and that can't be helped now. Gygoth steps out first, his face darkened with anger, and you follow close behind. You can confront them about leaving you behind, or demand to know what is happening.
I can't just
It
shoot
does not
the
give you
spell
option
at
to
them?
just attack. No.
Um, I'm gonna demand what I was left behind, seeing that I am the supreme ruler of this entire place. I have the best friend, the Quat. I got all the special little dagger. I'm the chosen one. Why'd they leave me behind? I am the Galir of this universe. That's kind of true. That's
You're
kind of
just,
fitting.
so you're confronting them about leaving you behind, not demanding to know what's happening, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You confront your former companions with their betrayal of tying you up and leaving you for dead in the halls above. Rija looks genuinely confused, passing a look over you, Gaiga, and Zakar before saying, But didn't Gaiga tell you? Of course he didn't. You realize that Gaiga is standing directly behind you, putting you between him and Rija. You deserve the truth then, Rija says. The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth. So help you, God.
Though Zakar narrows his eyes at the orc trying to disappear behind you, Rija looks you in the eye as she offers an explanation. Reach explains to you that she was recruited by an ancient order that goes by many names. The Knights of Zeleth, the Feathered Shield, the Scaled Cult. Operating in secret, they are tasked with maintaining the prison for the beast trapped here in the cavern. We collect Zelethan crystals that make it out of the city, Regis says as she pats her belt, so that we may return every 100 years to maintain this enchantment and keep the ageless evil entombed. We return the crystals, empower enchantments, and make sure the Zeleth continues to fulfill its purpose. Um, the beast's name is lost to the passage of time, if it even had a name to begin with. This is not her speaking, sorry. This is the narrator. According to the legend passed down to Rija, it is older than even the greatest dragons, and possibly as old as the world itself.
Cthulhu.
It, it is a force of pure destruction, mindless in its aim. Possibly Cthulhu, you think?
Did you add that?
Yes, I
Okay,
added
I was
that.
gonna say that didn't quite fit the narrative of the how it's written, so I didn't think it was written, but that would have been so fitting.
Such power, Gygar breathes. And Zelethans have shown that they have even greater power than anyone had imagined to harness such a primal force. The room trembles and rumbles, cascades of loose dust falling from the ceiling and stinging your eyes. And I, Zeleth, Zakar says, laying a clawed hand on his chest, then making an expansive gesture to the wall around him. This, my people. Between Zakar's fractured common and Reach's knowledge, you're able to piece together that the lizard folk still living in the jungles above, the descendants of the Zulethans that escaped the city's downfall, now act as caretakers of the city, driving off explorers and treasure hunters.
Yeah, I think we knew that a while ago.
Uh, there wasn't enough power to sustain the city and the prison, Regis says, and the corruption continued to contaminate the city above, so the people left their home to protect the world. Zakar, lucky one, the warrior says. Zakar, come home. So I hope you can understand, Regis says. We left you above because this is our mission. It's not yours, though we could never have made it without you. So we really did leave you above for your own protection, to spare you from the most dangerous leg of the journey, and to release you on our way back. You notice Regis and Zakar's preparations. Regis' belt loops each have a crystal in them. Any loose crystals are neatly laid out, and other equipment is stacked and ready for use. A plan, Zakar says. We know. Regis nods. Those that came before us provide us with a detailed list of what needs to be done to maintain the integrity of this place and place the beast back into its slumber for another 100 years. There's little margin for error. Uh,
Majin.
margin for error.
We have Majin now? I gotta fight a
Yes,
Majin?
gotta find a margin. Uh, but I like how we got some Expedition 33 here. Those that came before.
Ah,
Or for those who come after, I think is actually what they say, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, for those
Those
who
who come
come
after.
after. Uh, Zakar hisses suddenly, and another tremor rumbles through the room. He looks around and says, Gygar! Rija looks around, eyes widening in fear. Your own scan of the room tells you the same thing. Gygar is gone. We need to get up there, Rija says. She hastily gathers up her crystals and gear, all semblance of organization gone. Zakar simply has her spear and follows after her. Rija and Zakar look at each other and in some unspoken agreement sprint for the stairs. You follow after them. The stairs aren't nearly as high as you expected, and you see a light up above. Just before you crest the staircase, Rija turns back to you. Remember, follow the plan and it'll all be okay. We've got this. She gives you a nod and a crooked half smile before pushing you up the last few steps. You emerge onto a worked stone platform, an enormous natural cavern that stretches off so far into the distance that you can't be sure where it actually ends. Rija and Zakar are standing on the platform side by the side. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Rija,
uh.
Rija and Zakar. Ugh. My mouth is having issues today.
Oh.
Blah. Rija and Zakar are standing on the platform, side by side, gazing out through a glowing blue field of energy. Rising up out of the ground in front of them is a plinth of stone crisscrossed with Zelethan symbols you've seen throughout your journey. Tense and obviously afraid, they are captivated by the cavern and its inhabitant. Looming out of the darkness is a massive multi-headed beast taller than most towers. It gives off a pestilent stench that roils your stomach and actually feels heavy on your shoulders. Its skin is slick, a rancid purplish gray, and dripping with slime as it moves its three heads back and forth, searching for something. anything, maybe you. But as you collect yourself enough to take in the entirety of the creature, you note that it is not entirely covered with skin and slime. Uh, Bare bones glisten with water and other fluids in a leg and in patches across the building-sized body. Even an entire head and neck is rising up in a hideous place between life and death. Its little remaining flesh dripping
Look
off
at
it. Um, I was not prepared for a.
Okay, go back to your description. We'll look at it in a minute.
Okay, sorry.
Would that be an
Okay, where was
attack roll?
attack roll on the DM? It was successful. So, bare bones glisten with water and other fluids in a leg and in patches across the building-sized body. Even an entire head and neck is rising up in a hideous place between life and death. Its little remaining flesh dripping off it in putrid streamers that you can smell in your imagination. As your own gaze rises up the beast, you feel you meet its ancient eyes for a moment as they continue their slow scan of the cavern. You're nearly overcome by the level of hatred and rage contained in those eyes. The core of your being vibrates with the knowledge that this is a force of destruction as old as creation itself. The cruelty of the beast worms its way into your mind, despite it not even knowing you are there. The weight of its malevolence feels like it's pushing you to the brink of madness. Um, I think it would be a sleight of tongue roll.
You already got something to read. I'm going to take care of chat.
Okay. So did you want to lick the creature?
I don't know. What is it? You just described the creature and then left it.
Well, there's gonna be you're gonna be rolling a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay, yes. Then I'm going to lick the creature for and take a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so
So it looks like I
so
successfully licked it because I'm doing a wisdom saving throw.
well no, I'm gonna have you do roll your d20. It's gonna be a flat roll, so you need to get a 10 or higher. Or I think 11 or higher is how it goes, right? 1 to 10, 11 to 20.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see if you succeed in what I want to have happen.
Okay. Roll the 20. Flat 20.
Yep,
An 8.
an 8.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Okay,
Wait,
so
if it's what kind of a roll is it? Do I get my bless?
you get your bless.
Okay. Well, I still have to roll a 3 or 4. And I got a 4. I got a 12. So I succeeded your 50-50.
Awesome. So because of this, your licking it kind of throws it off guard a little bit. This like massive creature that's been here since end of time, like the beginning of time. And it's like, the fuck is this bitch doing? So you are going to
But
get
does it like
advanced.
it?
I don't think it
Do I
likes
need to
it.
do a performance
It's
roll to see how well I licked
no.
it? How did I
It's
perform, three-headed daddy?
so it was just it confused it a bit. So
Oh,
that
did
is
it roll a wisdom saving throw?
so essentially what I'm going to give you is because you succeeded that, you threw it off, which is going to give you advantage on your wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay. Look at me getting advantage on wisdom saving throw. So bless does not give. Well, my in-game bless doesn't. Our chat bless doesn't work like normal bless. It works for anything, but in-game bless doesn't work for saving throws. Wait, or does it? I am. Yeah, it's saving throws and attacks, right? Or is it checks
Oh,
and Oh my gosh, why
yeah,
can't it just be one thing that does it all? I think technically I wasn't supposed to get bless on that last one if it wasn't a saving
yeah.
throw. I always
I'm
get bless and guidance confused. I know guidance is on skilled checks, but for some reason I keep wanting to think bless also works on skilled checks, but I don't think it does. I think that it's attack rolls and saving throws.
Yeah, well, Nerdy is checking for you.
Okay, I thought I wrote it down in my notes, but I do see where I put that I have blessed, but I didn't write down the specifics of it. So does that mean that I don't get advantage on this one if I don't get it? Attacks and saves. So that last one wasn't technically a save.
Peter.
So I don't get advantage now?
No, I'm still going to give you
Okay,
the
we're gonna cheat
advantage.
the system for me to get advantage. Yay!
Well, I gave you advantage for your lick, so
Okay, I got an 18 and a dirty 20.
dirty
Am
20.
I good with the dirty 20? Do I need to roll my bless?
You are good with the dirty 20. You had to get a 20 or more, so
Okay, with the bless, I am curious. I just want to roll the bless. It would have been a 4, so either with or without advantage, I would have gotten it.
okay. So you feel deep terror rising up in you, but you manage to choke it off before it overwhelms your reason. The fear settles into the back of your mind, though, constantly reminding you of your own insignificance in the face of the beast's power. You strain to see through the shimmering light where Gygar may be. There, Zakar says, finally pointing out the wall of the light. Straining to see, your eyes finally adjust enough to the shimmering barrier that you can see beyond it. Gygar is standing on the precipice facing the beast. He's using one hand to hold his handkerchief over his mouth against the smell. On the other hand, uh, he has the cord of the obsidian medallion wrapped tightly around his fist. His eyes are fixed on the towering monstrosity before him. The beast is still scanning the room, but has not yet looked down to see the minuscule figure set on a fragment of rock. No! Shouts Reacher.
No. Buddhism.
Gaiga, no! Come back here! Do not let that thing see you! If he can hear her, he gives no sign. Great prisoner of the Leth! Gaiga yells. Hear my call! The huge head tilts slightly, and they scan back and forth slowly, but it's unclear if the creature even hears Gaiga. No! Gaiga screams, a shrill, ragged edge starting to creep into his voice. I will not be ignored. This is my moment. The name Gygar Garantham will live in the history books as the man who tamed the beast of Zeleth.
Okay.
Gygar,
You haven't been able to do anything in this entire story. You've been completely useless. How are you gonna do this?
I can hold up an amulet at a big ancient creature. That's
Well, did you do a strength check to make sure? He failed every other strength check. Almost fell to his unalivement.
yeah. Gygar's our loser. Uh, Gygar raises the obsidian amulet above his head, and it flickers with violet light. And I will not be ignored by a mindless beast. You will do my bidding. I command you, bend to my will. The shimmer of energy seems to catch the undead head's attention. It turns to Gygar, slowly followed by the others. Gygar, for once, don't be an idiot!
For
Rija,
once.
yell. Rija yells. Come back! Leave that thing alone! Gygar's grin widens and hysteria sparkles in his eyes. He says, Of course you would say that! You want this power for yourself! You and your lizard folk servant came here for the same thing I did, but you lack the will! And this! The scholar holds the obsidian amulet aloft again. The heads lean in to examine the tiny being that is making such a noise in its lair. No power! No power! Zakar roars at Gygar. He turns to Rija, lets loose a sharp string of panic sounds in his own language. More quietly, he tells her, No power. Teacher. Gygar holds the amulet up in a shaking fist. The obsidian talisman shines with the same purple light that you saw on the temple door. The shine expands into a halo of power around the lone figure on the stone platform. All three of the beast's heads turn towards Gygar, leaning in with bellowing sniffs testing the air for his scent. Back! Obey your master! He cries. The beast rears back, and Gaiga turns to you, Richa, and Zakar with a smug grin. You see? But Richa is already on the move. The beast hasn't moved from its risen position, not even its facial expression, but the air is suddenly charged with menace. Richa darts for the panel of glowing runes and gazes at it in frustration. Zakar, can you read this? We need to push the shield out to cover Gaiga.
No.
Like, this is so weird. Well, it looks like you might have got a bless.
Yes, we got that blood. I'm ready. If it's anything to
Uh,
save Gygar, though, I'm saving it.
Understandable. I'll allow it. As the car bounds over, takes a moment to look at the panel, but shakes his head. I have to try, Richa says through gritted teeth. Then she addresses you. Keep an eye on Gaiga. Make sure he doesn't do anything else stupid. Richa drops to her knees beside the panel and starts slotting the crystals from her belt into the depressions on the base. She's shaking her head and muttering about needing more power.
More power!
Zakah is pacing the perimeter of the shield near Gaiga, cutting glances between the scholar and now eerily still monster. However, Gaiga seems oblivious to the urgency around him. He has started to laugh. You are mine! You will be my vengeance against a cruel world that denied me the respect I am due. Gaiga points at you all, and the beast starts to move. The skeletal head rears back and fixes the orbs of light in its eye sockets on the platform. Gaiga looks up at it in a state of rapture. The head's jaw swings open, and soundless purple-white beam of light engulfs Gaiga.
Mm.
His form is briefly outlined as a shadow, then a stunned skeleton, and then in the aftermath of and then in the after image of the light. The stone is left smooth and clear, as if never touched. Gaiga is obliterated without a trace.
Yay! Game over. That was a good campaign, everyone. I'm so glad that we were able to succeed so easily.
That was the whole point of the campaign.
Yes.
Would you like
Hmm.
to try and use that bless to help Gaiga?
I
I don't
am
know how you're gonna do
curious
it,
because there
but
were a couple of times that you could have kind of left Gygar behind. I wonder if it wouldn't have actually left him. Like, I
mm,
think there was an option where we could have just unalived him instead of untying him. I'm curious what that would have led to.
I know. I guess we'll just have to play this again.
Uh,
Let's see here. Richa pauses her work for a moment, and Zakar ceases his pacing. A horrifying stillness hangs in the air for a moment. That was not part of the plan, Richa says.
it was part of my plan.
Yes, it was, Caliday says, responds. Then all the three heads unleash their beams across the cavern. Though the beams themselves are silent, they crackle and roar where they meet the walls and the shield protecting you. The car jumps back from the barrier as it flickers, and the arcs of energy rush up and down the wall, but it holds. However, the feedback proves too much for the panel. The crystal reach has placed flare to violent life, and she is caught in a whirl of blue energy blasts. She is blown free from the panel, sliding up to the edge of the shield where she lies still and smoking. Zakar is stunned into immobility. He looks to you for guidance. You can tell Zakar to rush to Rija while you work on the panel, or you can go check on her yourself.
Um, I'm going to work on the panel.
Gonna work on the panel?
Yeah, send Gygar over to Richa so they can go be annoying with each other.
Okay, so telling Zakar to rush to Rija while you work on the panel.
Which is a weird thing to do, seeing that they apparently know what's going on and I don't. so I should probably be helping one of them instead of trying to take over, but it's fine. I do
How
really
hard could
good
it be?
rolls. I think if you've watched my videos, if you've been here lately, you know that I have really good rolls, so I'm gonna pass whatever they throw at me.
And honestly, how hard could it be? Like,
Well, we just had a 20 wisdom saving throws.
but from your choice, gain inspiration.
Ah, I'm inspired.
Uh, the car darts to where Reaches lying smoking on the ground. So weird, you should really quit that. Smoking kills,
Yeah.
Zakar says.
Not it, like completely. They the Dare program was working in overtime. They got all the way over to the lizard folk, and that's the one thing that Zaka can say without the lizard folk accent.
Exactly. Dang it. Okay. Composure. Composure. Okay. And then these next three words here. It's still throbbing.
Yeah.
Uh, it, it's still
Happy
throbbing with.
Pride. Oh, I hate it.
Oh,
Okay, go.
it,
Composure.
it's. Whew. Uh, it's still throbbing with the overload that hurt Rija, but it seems to be working correctly now. However, you can't make any sense of it. Geiger's amulet may have contained a vision explaining the controls, but the codex is now vaporized along with him.
I was wondering if the amulet would have survived that or not. Well, that sucks. Or sucks.
Hmm.
Stinks, sucks.
Step aside, Rija says weakly as she approaches. The car is propping her up as she limps towards the mechanism. She's covered with burns and trembling with the pain, but she manages to disengage from Zakar and hold herself up at the panel. She seems to be about to speak when an energy beam sweeps across the shield with another crackle of energy. Rija flinches, and the beast rolls out in the cavern. This will not do, she says. Rija works with the panel at the center of the platform, taking command of its magical energies. She is obviously in pain, but does not let go. There's not enough power, she says in a faraway voice that is momentarily drowned out in another outburst of rage from the beast. As it quiets, she continues, but I've added the crystals. There's no more power. The enchantment is failing. I make power, Zakar says. The plan. Always the plan. Zakar bobs his head at you, performs a deeper bow to Rija, and returns down the staircase below. Let him go, Rija says. He knows what he's doing, and I need you here. She starts speaking, but the beast shrieks and a beam passes over the shield, leaving a ring in your ears and a purple after image burned onto your eyes. Rija flinches as sparks jump from the panel, but she collects herself quickly when she is unhurt. This is a two-person job, she says. One of us needs to operate the panel. It was designed to be intuitive over great expanses of time, but it still requires a guide for the magical energies being channeled. By all accounts, it will become clear when you grip the panel, but that you'll have to see for yourself. She then points at a pair of crystals seemingly made from a single stone, but now split down the middle. They are set into the side of the machine. At some time in the machine's millennia of use, this crystal cracked. Now, whenever the panel powers up, they repel each other, and it takes a feat of strength to keep them whole until the charge is sufficient. Zakar was to hold these, but now we need to do it. Then, Rachel points up at the wildly crisscrossing beams overhead. The beast obliges her with another roar as it splashes into its festering pool below. And I can do both, of course, she says, but not with the beast flailing around like that, and uh, certainly not if it overloads the panel again with a direct hit to the shield. But if you could distract it for just a few minutes, I could get the panel charged, and the beast should go back to sleep. Of course, that would require stepping out of the shield, but you can pass through it safely. You're both distracted by another outburst from the beast, and another beam breaks the shield. But it's smaller and weaker than the previous blasts, so it seems the beast doesn't have infinite power. So what's this going to be, adventurer?
I throw Rija out of the heal.
Let's see if that's going to be one of the options.
Okay.
Um, so you hold the crystal halves together with brute force until the magic can take effect. Distract the beast with your agility until the machine can take effect. Or assist the magical energies within the machine using the force of your will.
Okay, I think probably using the force of my will. Oh, I actually have a higher dexterity than wisdom, so I don't know what exactly that's going to be. I was like, if it's magical and I can use my like inherent magic abilities, I think I would do that, but I kind of feel like I should go for the dexterity one. No, I'm gonna do the magic
Okay.
one. I'm gonna try to use my force of will, even though my if it does go for wisdom, I have a +0. So maybe it's not going to be the optimal choice.
Okay. There is a little blurb under this that says reminder for off the page actions. As you move into what appears to be an enormous challenge, remember that you have many resources available to you. In other words, don't forget about off the page actions to use inspiration, potions, crystals, he- heal, use spells like guidance, and abilities on yourself, or otherwise affect your chances of success in the on page action.
Okay, yeah, and I don't really have any of those that would be particularly useful at this moment, I don't think.
Okay. I'm guessing it's just more for what's to come.
Yeah, I mean,
But
like, if I was on my cleric, I would have like guidance and stuff that I could cast, but my poor little
yeah,
warlock doesn't have that kind of support yet.
your warlock does have that support from your patron, which is chat.
Yes, my patron of chat.
Let's see here. So you said you are going to assist the magical energies within the machine using the force of your will.
Yeah.
All right, here we
Oh, we got a
go.
bless. Actually, we got two blesses because we haven't used that last one Nerdy sent yet. I don't think.
I don't think so,
Yeah, because I think
because
that was yeah, as the giver of bless or refuse, you use it to help Gygar, and then Gygar got obliterated without us rolling anything.
the bless was actually to help Gygar step off this mortal coil.
Yes, as it should be.
All right. Uh, you reach out and gingerly grip the panel. As soon as you touch it, you feel its arcane power engulf you, but you're also gripped with an instinctive knowledge of what to do. It's like Gaga's amulet, but deeper.
Ooh,
You
deeper.
don't just see, but know what to do next. With your newfound skill, you can cast your mind out to wrestle with the complex arcane energy swirling around you as Rija grips the crystal and indicates her readiness with a nod.
Okay,
Uh,
cool.
so make an ability check using your choice of intelligence, wisdom, or charisma.
Haha, charisma, haha. Okay.
Haha!
Haha. 14 plus 4, 18.
18.
Yeah.
You pass.
That's on you, nerdy.
All right. You can feel the power being channeled in the Zlithan machine respond to your will. You successfully divert power into unseen devices scattered through the cavern. You feel them buzz to life with a deep satisfaction as if the energies here are alive. The crystal is charging, Regis says, where she's holding the split together. Keep going. You release the panel for a moment to take a deep breath and clear your mind before you proceed. You grasp the panel rising up out of the floor. Your grip on the machine feels strong. There is some semblance of order to the magical energies flowing through it, but they still need guidance. Luckily, the font of knowledge already installed on the panel shows you the way. In a wash of power, you see without seeing and reach into the matrix of arcane energies to bring the enchantment to life. You are only distantly aware of the thrashing of the beast beyond the shield, despite the fact that its snarls and roars make the ground tremble. Go ahead and make another ability check using your choice of intelligence, wisdom, or charisma.
Okay, and Nerdy already gave us another bless. Ooh, and I got a nat 20, but we're going to use this bless anyway. So 22, 23, and that was a nat 20.
If you roll a nat 20, you automatically fail. What? No.
That would be so rude.
Okay, so obviously you pass. You feel the machine drawing more power from the crystals Rija added, and it flows smoothly through the cracked apparatus that she's holding together for you. There is an awakening in the cavern around you, a network of devices that are playing a song that you can only hear while awash in the power around you. It is soft and sweet, clearly a lullaby, and the beast hates it. It redoubles its rage, beams flashing around it and several slamming into the shield. Your protection holds, but your concentration is broken momentarily. Once more should do it, Reacher says. You look at her and see the hands gripping the crystal are blistered and blackened. She shakes her head. It's nothing I can't handle. Do it.
I didn't care.
You recenter yourself to dive back into the magic energies of the cavern one last time. You reach out to the panel for what you hope will be the last time you or Regia will need to do so. As soon as you grip it, you feel the white hot energies of the room slam into you while at the same time a choir of soothing melodies hums in the air around you. An urge rises up from the depths of the machine itself to conduct these melodies in an orchestra, and you follow the ancient enchantment's guidance. You are dimly aware that the beast out in the cavern is bellowing wet, gurgling roars into the air, but even the echoes of the beast's frustration seem lethargic and slow. Go ahead and make one more ability check using your choice of intelligence, wisdom, or charisma.
So what I get for that nat 20? Come on, what I get for that nat
So,
20?
you've really learned this, and you're going to get some advantage on this roll.
That's what I was hoping for. Okay, so I think we've used up all of our blesses, but we have advantage. So we have a 13 and ooh, a 14. A 14 was our highest.
14 is your highest.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you had to get a 15 or more.
Jaded, give me give me bless. Oh wait. No, I don't get is this a saving throw? No, this is an ability check, right?
Yeah, this is an ability check.
Damn it. Oh, I
So,
got a bless. Nerdy's got me. Oh, did you say that I got a 17?
I did not. Okay, so good job. You succeeded your check.
Thank you, Nerdy. Oh gosh, Nerdy's really saving us today.
Uh,
I know that you probably needed that vacation, but lordy lord, we need you. My rolls. Oh no, out of blesses. Now I'll give you Jaded's login information so you can give me advantage on all the rest of the rolls. Change his login information. I don't even know your login information in here. Damn. Need another vacation already? Oh, I bet.
oh, look, a point redeem.
Am I
Okay,
using that now or from the next roll?
no, that's a joke. Like, I have too
No,
many
I'm
points,
using it now
so.
then.
No, you're not using it now. I was being silly. So, congratulations, you passed your roll
Okay. Okay,
here.
yeah, I'm not using it now. I was hoping it'd be a 1 or a 2, so I'd still get the 15, but it was a 3, so it would have made me lose.
All right, so you succeeded your skill check here. So we're going to go that route. Okay. Uh, the Zelethan writing on the panel flares to bright life. The light of the shield brightens to an almost painful level. You approach reach at the panel, shielding your eyes against the blinding light around you. And then you see something shining in the near distance. In a patch of soot or dust that may have once been an ill-fated orcish scholar, you see the obsidian amulet sparkling against the ground. It
Oh, it
feels
didn't
like
get
you have
vaporized. That's nice.
to not. It feels like you have to wade through the light to reach it, but you get there. Go ahead and add a Zelethan ritual amulet to your inventory.
Zelethan Ritual Amulet. Got it.
Okay, so are you ready for the description?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Once per day, you can ask the amulet for guidance, as if casting the spell Augury. This will counter any
Augury.
bane that is cast by your DM in your chat.
Wait, what?
I was making a joke.
Oh, I don't actually know what augury is.
So, I'm assuming it just gives you guidance.
No.
So, once per day, you can ask the amulet for guidance, as if casting the spell Augury.
What
The
is
amulet can,
augury?
it's spelled Augury. I'll I put it in chat for you if you needed.
The work of an augur. Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Okay. The amulet can also cast Dominate Monster, but only a single use is left.
Oh gosh. Okay. By casting gem inlaid
Okay.
sticks, rolling dragon bones. Worldly entity. I got it, TikTok. Be quiet. I'm trying to read. Uh, okay, it says the DM does things, so that looks like a you
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, so it's not giving you like ability guidance. Gotcha. So I wonder how that's gonna work in this.
Yeah,
But maybe there'll be a thing that kind of pops up that kind of prompts you to maybe use it.
maybe.
Okay.
Also,
So
like, the spell doesn't take into account any POS. Doesn't take into account any piece of shit.
all right, so you got the augury part. Um, did you write down
One use of Dominate Monster.
one uses dominate monster? It says if you cast dominate monster with this amulet, it becomes a non-magical obsidian amulet worth for 40 gold pieces.
40.
Yes, 40 gold pieces,
Okay.
and
Casting Dominate Monster makes it lose all magic. It's worth 40 gold pieces. Got it!
okay, okay, and that's all the little note
I
says
cast
about it.
Dominate
So,
Monster on Saka. Oh no, I do it on Richa to have her walk into the next beam. I'll
so
save it. I'll save it. Maybe I won't need to have her walk into the beam.
okay, I don't see that option here, so I'm not sure how to DM that without completely ruining probably what happens in the future of the story.
It's fine. Just do what they do in other games, and if you like BG3 has like a backlog of generic characters that will just take the place of someone that you unalive. Just pull in like Tiefling number 38 to take her place.
and then I'll come up with the most god awful accent for it.
Or the best.
Okay, let's see here. So, and as your eyes begin to adjust to the light, you look out on the cavern and the beast it contains. Either the light of the shield is beginning to fade, or your eyes are adjusting to the glare, but you can clearly see what's happening in the rest of the cavern. The beast in the pool is straining against some unseen force. The waters around its body and legs are roiling, and at first they look as if they are boiling, but they are actually coming alive to restrain the beast and pull it down.
Hmm.
As the glow of the shield subsides, the water takes on its own blue light. Then you hear a hum in the air that resolves into a low, dulcet tones echoing through the chamber like a heavenly choir. As the tempo speeds up, the beast's thrashing becomes increasingly sluggish and labored. As you watch, what you thought were stalactites hanging from the cavern ceiling also begin to glow with the same blue as any other Zalethan crystal. These are just the size you haven't seen since the roofs of the city above. The blue glow fills the cavern with calm, muted light. The beast hisses at them, but cannot help but lie down in the roiling waters. The three heads eventually fall, one by one, with huge splashes that spray your face with the disgusting water.
I like it.
Um, okay, go ahead and give me a. I don't know the rolls.
I thought you said I was immune to poison. Well, technically, I guess
Oh,
we did retcon that to where I'm not immune
yeah,
to poison, but I do have detect poison and disease. So I'm going to ritual cast that to see if it's poisonous, and if it's not, I'm going to lick it. Oh, actually, I'll purified food and drink. Does that work? If I eat it, it's food.
oh.
If I drink it, it's drink.
Um,
You can just continue.
so, okay, so you don't want to roll for what I was going to give you?
Well, it depends. What are you going to try to give me? Because I have purify food and
That's
drink, and I'm like, can I just purify it or detect poison and magic before I do it, so then I wouldn't have to
okay.
worry about a roll?
Okay, I guess we'll do whatever the roll is for the purify food and drink.
Okay, I'm purifying this goo into food and drink, and then I'm eating it, licking it good. That's it.
Yep, there's no there's no roll needed.
No?
Okay.
It
So
doesn't
you
say potentially purify food and drink. It says purify food and drink.
okay? I didn't know if there was a roll like along with it, but okay, it's not. So congratulations, you purified it. And what I was going to give you if you passed the roll was you get uh +2 HP, like permanent HP points.
Permanent?
Yep.
That's too
You
much.
okay? You get one.
Well, I mean, like, it won't even let me change my max HP on here. Oh, wait, here's my max HP modifier. Okay, I'll take two. I'd like max HP is decided by like dice rolls and stuff, so I didn't really have a way to, and I have it set to max. I didn't have a way to do it, but I found it. I found it. I figured it out. We're good. I have 21 HP. See, lick
You have
weird
been
stuff. Get hapa.
you have been rewarded for your desire to imbibe all the gross stuff in this world.
I've been watching too much. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, and I'm just like Beelzebub, Beelzebub.
If I eat everything, it'll make me stronger.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see here. So the three heads eventually fall one by one with huge splashes that spray your face with the disgusting water. You slurp it up like the lovely little inner slime you are.
Yes, I do like that cartoon thing when they like throw a pie in someone's face and their tongue like just goes out
Just like
and licks full round circle, gets all the bits.
yes. The skeletal head is the last to succumb as it fights the urge to sleep for perhaps another 100 years. Reacher is standing next to you, watching alongside as the beast finally stills, the music of the crystals fades, and the light eventually returns to normal. In the gloom, you could mistake the beast for just another mound of glistening stone. Its deep and guttural, its deep and guttural snore, the sound of waves breaking on some unseen shore. Breacher sits down on the ground with a sigh, gazing out at the cavern. She stays long enough that you eventually join her, sitting in silence for what seems like an eternity as your heartbeat slows back to normal and your adrenaline stops pumping. With the lapping of the pool far below and the blue gleam of the crystals, the space has become a peaceful despite the guttural snore of the beast in the distance.
And this is with me failing my last check. Oh wait, no, you said that
Yeah.
I didn't fail it.
Yes, you
Wait,
did not fail it.
I don't know why I was thinking I failed it for some reason. Okay, we're all good.
Well, you originally failed it, and then you
And then
got
we got
the
blessed, yes. And then we
yes,
ignored the bane because you're hateful. Got it, got it, got it.
because I was just being silly.
Because you're hateful.
If I was hateful, I would have made you uh, do the actually do the roll.
How rude.
Okay. All according to plan, Regis says, dusting off her hands and standing up. Now, where's the car? Dang, you must have done a lot of things either right or wrong, because I think you might have skipped a lot of combat.
Oh, look
Uh,
at me. Well, I'm assuming if you failed the rolls, it probably had to fight it. Or if you did like the running around part outside the shield, you probably had to like do a
mhm.
lot more stuff.
But like, I think the map that I was prepared to try and pull up today, that I was expecting we'd do, I don't think you encountered those creatures. So, but it looks like we're maybe getting into the epilogue because that's at the top of this page.
Oh dang, I did too good at the end of this. We're gonna have to redo it later.
uh, I mean, we'll see what it all. Well, I see a stat block, so maybe it's not all over.
Hopefully it's a stat block for Regia. I'll 2v1 them. I'll 2v1 them right now. Put them up, put them up.
Ooh. Although the corruption has lessened to the point that it's bearable, you still feel it weighs heavily on your mind. Descending the stairs to where Regents and Carl stowed their gear, it's obvious that you still have a journey ahead to reach home. Regis seems more able to shrug it off, however. He really missed the big moment, Regis says, clearly talking to herself as much to you, or maybe to Zakar. Then louder, she says, well, I hope you have an explanation for this. We could have used you. As she packs her things with the seasoned explorer's economy of motion, and then collects the cars as well. Once everything is to her satisfaction, she finds you looking at her. You gather your own gear and follow her into the passage leading back into the previous chamber. On the way, you ask her what she plans to do next. Regis shrugs. Honestly, I wasn't even sure I'd survive Seleth. Haven't thought much about it. May head north to cool off, may head south to dry out, maybe even head home. A place like this makes you think about where you came from, and it's been a while. I haven't had my mom's vegetable stew in forever. As she stops, considering her own words for a moment. And there's always a mountain to climb, another cave to explore, more ruins to discover, she says before she makes a sweeping gesture at your surroundings. But seriously, what will ever compare to this? You're about to respond with your next step when Rita stops walking. She holds out her hand for you to stop as well. We need to hurry, she says quietly, all lightness gone from her voice. She picks up the pace and you match it. Ahead, the doorway to your destination is glowing bright blue. And when you emerge into the next chamber, Regia curses under her breath. Zakar's body is impaled by his own spear, and he is draped over the round altar in the center of the room. The crystal amulet on his chest that has always shone with an inner light is now dull and gray. His arms sprawl in a way that says he held on to his spear until the last of his strength left them. There's no blood, but the Zalethan pattern beneath him blazes with the familiar blue light, only stronger than you've seen elsewhere down here. The lines of the power stretch down the altar, across the floor, and up the wall into the ceiling. It doesn't take much to guess where they lead. The platform overhead and the magic subduing the beast. Crystals sprout from his body, bursting from his torso and limbs, but pardon me, leaving his face mostly free. I don't know if you want to pull up this picture because it's taking up basically a whole page, but just under 146 is basically what's happening with Zakah.
Okay, it's gonna take me just a minute. Page, is it PDF page or book
Um, I,
page?
I, I mean, I'm on PDF, but the bottom of the page it says 146.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Happy
112.
Pride.
Hi, gay. Come and sashay into some deals. Um, okay, 14.
I think
Okay,
it's
I
an empty
think this is
picture.
it.
Yep, that is it.
Oh, look at his cute little body. It's so unalived. He wasn't as cute
Uh,
as I was picturing. Maybe it's a good thing he didn't survive this.
it's okay.
What's that
Some
famous saying? Just because you're hot doesn't mean you're good in bed, and just because you're ugly doesn't mean you deserve to live.
I've not heard that saying
You
before.
haven't heard that one? Oh, my mom used to tell me that all the time.
Sounds like your mom.
But no, trick you
Uh,
Mattel.
though it's always been hard to read his expression, his eyes are closed and he seems strangely at peace. Against the doorway leading back up, the car had carefully placed his beloved tablet of scripture in a clear invitation. Without hesitation, Breaches steps up and takes the tablet. She seems momentarily surprised by its weight, but doesn't struggle with it too much. Without looking up, she says, "There are few historical records among Zakar's people. When I was introduced to them, it took me a while to see beyond the primitive life they've adopted. But some relics remain like this tablet Zakar carried. It's holy scripture, and we should return it to them."
Carried? He ain't carrying shit anymore.
You suggest Rija take it, and she nods agreement. She finds a car straps and puts it on her own back, though it looks comically large on her compared to the bulky lizard folk warrior. "Now, let's get out of here," Regis says, though at the door she spares a glance for Zakar over her shoulder. "You say your own goodbyes to the brave warrior who probably saved countless lives with his sacrifice." You turn and leave him in a tomb fit for such a hero. The beginning of your trek back up is silent, even as you reach the Mephit door. So I guess there's one combat that we missed.
I was gonna say, I wonder if that's if I would have gone out and about to help distract if I could have saved Zakah. Or maybe he would have unalived anyway.
Maybe. I just know I think there were four possible methods that you could have fought against.
Mephits? I love Mephits.
Am I missing something? Or are you like being serious?
I'm being serious.
Okay. But didn't we fight methods in not Battleground
BG3.
3,
Yeah, we
BG3?
just fought some mud Mephits yesterday. Those I did not like. Hey, Uzi.
Hey, Yuzi. Uh, so fortunately, it is not locked from the inside. Reacher pulls a simple lever beside the massive gate, and it swings smoothly open for you both. It slamming back into place as you leave is the only sound in the chamber besides your and Reach's footsteps. The piles of dust remain on the ground throughout the chamber. They will likely remain undisturbed for many years to come.
1 second. Thank you for the heart me, Carrie. Have a wonderful night. Also, Uzi, happy Pride. Hi, gay. Okay, continue.
So I am curious, like about the methods, because I think there were ones of different elements.
Yes,
So,
there are like lava Mephits and mud Mephits and
so I'm wondering if you didn't have any crystals, if you would have been able to fight those to be able to get the.
maybe.
Let's see here. You can't help feeling a bit nervous about the door. Um, sorry, I had a pop up. Um, and turn around to make sure it doesn't spit out one more ferocious little elemental. It stays still, however, and you're able to continue safely. You and Rija reach the hollowed room where the ghost appeared. It retains its air of quiet sanctuary, but it isn't as jarring. The corruption of the air outside the chamber has lessened to the point that there is now only a sense of unease rather than the bone deep wrongness of before. The beast's influence has lessened now that it sleeps. As you enter, the spirit appears once more. It again pays you no heed and goes about its ritual washing in the shimmering pool of light. Give me a moment. Abrija approaches the ghost and performs a series of ritual gestures. The spirit nods and Rija approaches the pool to lift water from it and pour it over her head. The light cascades over her like water at first, just to dissipate into a faint glow toward her feet, and then leans in to whisper something to the spirit, who appears to listen for a moment.
Thanks,
She's
bitch.
what?
Thanks, bitch.
Yeah,
What she whispers to the thing.
makes sense. Let's
Girl, anytime.
uh, she speaks in the snarling, snapping language of Zakaz's people, so you don't understand anything except Zakaz's name. The spirit touches where its heart once was with a translucent hand. All right, let's go, Rija says to you and heads towards the exit. You can also go pour the light over your head, or abstain and leave immediately with Rija.
This is the same light that gave me blessed, and I still have it until a long rest, so I don't think I need to do that.
Yeah, but you never know what it'll give you, so.
Okay, let's go rub some liquids on myself. You know I love to douse myself in liquids.
Hi, gay. Happy Pride.
Hi, gay. Time to sashay into some deals.
Uh, you ask Rija to wait a moment, then perform the same bathing gesture as she did. The ghost turns to you. At first, it's not clear if it can even sense you, but then it nods sagely. Though its expression does not change, you feel a sense of approval.
And I whisper to it,
And
thanks, bitch.
so you gain the benefits of Bless Spell if you don't already have them, and its effects last till you take a next long rest. So
Okay, well, at least it's refreshed, even though it didn't need to be.
yeah.
I just wanted to fit in. Everyone else was doing it. I had FOMO.
The ghost then slowly fades away as you watch it, and the glow coming from the pool of dim light dims. Come on, Rita says. Time to go. You hitch up your gear and continue back toward the surface with Rija. You and Rija continue in silence, the return journey being considerably more tiring given the fact that you're heading back uphill, and given you've taken very little rest since fighting the beast below. In fact, you might have suggested stopping for a short rest if you hadn't come around a bend in the passage to a place where Rija and Zakar had left you tied up. Scraps of rope are still scattered on the ground, and the signs of their scuffle with Geiger are still apparent on the floor.
Hot.
Rija stops short and looks to you to see how you're going to react. You can remind her how wrong she was to leave you behind, or say nothing at all.
Remind her how wrong she is. Nag, nag. Roll for nag.
Okay, let's see here. You call Rija out on what happened.
Yeah, and
You
now
even point.
Zakat's unalived, and Gygar's obliterated. And if you would have just left Gygar, and I didn't have to worry about him, and I could have just gone with y'all, it would have all been fine.
Yep. So you call Rija out on what happened. You even point out which rope was yours and which one was Geiger's. She presses her lips but doesn't say anything right away. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Oh god, not an insight check. If I roll a 2, I'm gonna be so upset. A 12! A 2 with a 1!
A
Probably still isn't
12?
going to be good enough, but.
If you get a 12 or more, go to this page.
Yeah! Oh, I think that's the first time I've passed an insight check this entire campaign.
And I'm going to read the words that are directly above this section. You died, but you didn't, because
It's
that was
TikTok.
the.
Rude. You
Sorry.
unalived.
But also not really, because that was in the section above that. So,
I wonder what happened to that section.
um, at your comment, Reach's face shifts slightly. A sadness lingers around her eyes, and you realize now that she is quietly mourning Zakar. And your comment has now added a layer of guilt to that.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Oh, good. I
Caliday
am playing a
is
good character, right?
Caliday is so callous.
Caliday is
Isn't it Caliday?
just. It's just. And they, while she was knocked out, they didn't just leave her knocked out. They tied her up. They should be glad that I didn't just start shooting fireballs as soon as I got into the room because that's what I asked if I could do.
Uh, you open your mouth to say something else, but she cuts you off with a raised hand. I understand, she says flatly. Let's just get out of here. What do you say? She doesn't wait for your reply before continuing her upward march.
She hasn't learned shit.
Just past where you had been tied up, you reach the point where you'd been attacked by the ooze. However, the fissure no longer drips, and it seems the dark puddle has drained away.
Yay! I love when my fissure stopped dripping. Happy Pride.
I didn't fully get to read the comment that Nerdy sent earlier, but I think it was like, okay, I'm gonna read it. As a
Okay, read
cis
it.
straight white man, I have learned a bunch about Pride Month from this stream, and I'm guessing it is all accurate.
And what did I say? This this stream is dedicated to accuracy.
Okay.
Still learning.
Uh, Gray stains still blemish the stonework of the wall and around its base, but there's no sign of the ooze. All right, I need a rest,
I ponder about the
Regis
taste of
says.
the ooze.
Okay, you ponder about the taste of the ooze. But there's no sign of the ooze, so I guess you don't get to taste it.
No, I have to. It's still in my memory. I'm just thinking back to it, like, uh,
Fond memories of the adventure where you
fun.
just wanted to lick the ooze out of the fissure.
You know what? Happy Pride. Okay, go ahead. We're taking a break, right? That's what she wants to do. She wants to take a break.
Uh, yeah, she says I need to take a rest. She drops her things gently, but with a certain finality. Let's take a break. You must be hungry and thirsty too. Here. She pulls out some rations and hands them to you. You eat together without speaking, Rija even directly shutting down any attempts to talk to her. When she's finished wolfing down her meal, Rija finds a place to lean up against the wall and shuts her eyes. She's snoring lightly in minutes. Go ahead and gain the benefits of a short
I
rest.
was gonna say, better not give me a long rest. I'm keeping my stuff. I also haven't used any spell. We haven't gotten in any combats or anything, so that's nothing for me. But
Yeah,
let's go.
you've just been so successful this campaign.
I've been. I know. I mean, we did get. I got one hit immediately unalived in the first round of combat, but since then it has been pretty easy. Ask questions, nerdy. Ask questions. We might have to
Uh,
censor it for TikTok, but we'll answer.
I'm curious to see what these questions are.
It's about fissures and licking, I'm assuming. Have you
Uh,
ever heard of an anal fissure? Wait, I don't even remember what that is. I need to study up on my gay. I don't even remember what anal fissures are.
Gotta go back to gay school. All right, while Nerdy comes up with the questions, um, when Rija awakes, you're also feeling much better rested. Despite the lingering corruption, you are beginning to feel some relief. Much better, she says.
Google that oozing fissure. Oh, I don't
uh,
think I'd want to do that. I don't
no,
think I'd want to do that at all.
no. Uh, much better, she says. We're almost out of here. Let's not waste any more time laying about. I thought I heard voices outside.
They're just in
I
your
think
head.
I think I do hear voices,
It's the
but
quaddle.
they get to hear our.
Hey, shut
God.
up! We're streaming in here. Okay,
Uh,
I took care
she
of him
takes.
for you.
Thanks, baby. She takes off at a jog, and you hustle to catch up. Um, Up ahead, you hear the grating sound of the temple door slowly opening. You immediately sense a change to the quality of air and light even before you can see the exit itself. Finally, Richa says as she picks up her pace. It's not sunlight and fresh air, but it's a step in the right direction. When you and Richa step into the abandoned temple, the camp is exactly as you left it, though its emptiness is jarring. Saka and Gaiga's presence lingers in the space, and you're clearly not the only one who feels it. Richa stands amid the discarded gear and takes a quiet moment. When you emerge from the temple, the cardinal is waiting there for you. It unfurls its enormous wings. You were successful, it says in your mind. Congratulations to you both. The orc called Gaiga is no longer with you. Zakar was expected to remain below, but not the orc. I hope he did not suffer.
I hope he did. I hope he
The quad.
felt his flesh getting rended off.
Speaking of oozing fissures,
Happy Pride.
the quad looks between the two of you. You may have carried that tablet below as Zakar did. Or many have carried that tablet below as Zakar did, the quadrant says. Others have carried it back to be read again until it is necessary to return to the beast. The cycle has gone on like this for more years than even I can count. You are a worthy addition to that collection of heroes.
Mm,
The, the quadrant's tone in your mind is strange, almost as if it's talking to itself. It's clearly communicating its thoughts to Rija as well because she fires you a concerned glance. But all things must one day change. The previous hero who emerged from the temple plundered and stole. He took our crystals, took items of power, and he brought knowledge of Zeleth to the surface. His irresponsible actions led to many unnecessary deaths of would-be treasure hunters, and he gave the power-hungry a myth of a great beast to be harnessed to do their bidding. With a flap of its wings, the caudal rises off the ground and his long neck rears back. I'm sorry, but I cannot allow that to happen again. I cannot allow either of you to return, but I promise to make this as quick as possible. Rita drops the tablet and goes for the weapons and pouches at her belt. You can also prepare to defend yourself, or if you have Gaiga's amulet, you can use it now.
Hmm. So I'm kind of at. I'm at. I can't think of the saying I'm trying to think of, but I kind of got two things in mind. Um, you know what? I've kind of got an idea. It doesn't technically fit how I was intending for this to work out. Oh, I don't know. Do we want to fight the Quaddle? Do we want to fight the Quaddle or do we want to dominate its mind? I kind of want to dominate its mind. Do you have a preference,
So,
Jaded? Nerdy? If Uzi's still
nope,
around?
no preference on my end, so.
Because I kind of got an idea. Because I was thinking I wanted to see the quad again because I was wondering if we would get like a happy ending with it. But now the happy ending might be that I use Dominate Mind on it and force it to be my patron and give me powers as we level up into a maybe a celestial warlock. Maybe.
Okay,
I'm gonna dominate it.
okay,
Eh,
so.
Happy Pride.
Is that more of your happy
Is
pride
that where
stuff?
exactly?
Okay, so if you have Geiger's amulet, you can use it now, so you're using it now.
I feel a little bit bad because I wanted it to be my friend, but you know what? If if you
Mm,
can't make friends, make them.
okay, so it says Uh, you produce Gygar's obsidian amulet and summon its power. However, no magic is discharged as the energies refuse to answer your call. You do not expend a charge from the amulet. Ah, the bauble stolen by the last explorer to return from below, and it has come home, the Quat says to you. Sadly for you, it will have no effect on me. It was made in my image, after all. A glance down the amulet confirms that it is indeed carved into the shape of a Quat. The real Quat in front of you coils its tail and flares its wings as it prepares to strike.
Damn it.
Um, the Quat lashes out at you with a mouthful of teeth dripping venom. Regis steps between you and the Quat, a
Oh, good.
shimmering plane a shimmering plane of force jumping up between her and the winged serpent. Between her magical shield and your own defenses, the feathered serpent misses. The celestial's brightly colored feathers bristle as it prepares another attack, but Regia is faster. She reaches into a pouch on her belt and produces a vial filled with some kind of glowing powder. With a momentary series of words and gestures of power, she then smashes the vial on the ground just as the quad attacks again. The glowing powder leaps into the air in a series of dancing symbols, and the quad immediately stops to settle into a coiled position on the ground. It folds its wings and starts swaying to a beat only it can hear.
Okay.
Uh,
Cool.
we don't have lo-
We
we
win,
don't
right?
have we shall see. We don't have long, Regis says, picking up the tablet and thrusting it into your arms. Here, I need to keep my hands free. Adds a cause tablet to your inventory.
Okay, I like the cause tablet.
Let's move, head for the light. Reacher points us the wide tunnel leading upward at the far end of the cavern that appeared to contain some daylight. It seems as good a guess as any, and will save you from having to scale the cliffs again on your way out. Reacher sprints down the steps toward the city. With one last look at the entranced Coat, you follow behind her at full run. Do you have a speed of 30 or more?
I do.
Okay. You and Regia dash down the wide promenade as opposed to picking your way through the tangled undergrowth. You wind up overtaking Regia as she keeps looking over her shoulder for the return of the quad. Legs burning and panting from the exertion, you turn to face the rapidly approaching edge of the city. Then you hear Regia cry out behind you. You skid to a stop and turn. You see Regia half pinned by the quad that's snapping at her with a dripping maw.
She looks fine. I keep going.
uh, this did not need to be so difficult. Its voice rings in your head, oddly calm compared to the ferocity of its attacks. There was no need to suffer. The quad's tail whips around Regia's leg and starts constricting her up to her waist. She has one hand up, fending off the creature's bites, while the other fumbles for something at her belt. What are you standing around for? She
I know I
screams.
should be running. I continue running.
Run! Run! I've got this! She barks a word, and her hand lights up with an electrical discharge, scorching the quad and making it screech in pain.
Discharge, you said.
Hmm.
Happy Pride.
Nerdy says you don't have to be the fastest, just faster than the other person.
Exactly, especially when the other person's a pain in the ass.
So you can either rush in to help or take Reach's advice and retreat.
He did. He did try to save us. So maybe I'll try to help her.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I'll help her.
Okay. You can rush in to help, so.
Jaxie, you're all good. I'm doing better than I was last week. I canceled stream on Thursday, but I do think we'll be doing stream today. It will be starting in about an hour, which means that we're about to end this. So, what are we gonna end it on? What cliffhanger do we have coming, Jaded?
What do we wait?
What cliffhanger
Cliffhanger?
do we have coming, Jaded?
I guess we will see here probably in a moment. Don't be a hero, you idiot! Richa yells. Richa electrifies the Quaddle again with a powerful blast of lightning, this time delivered as a punch with a clenched fist.
Mm.
Stay where you are, the Quaddle booms in your mind. You must not leave this place. I will make sure of it when I'm done with this one. Richa shakes her head and shouts a sharp command. She vanishes from the Quat's grasp and appears next to you. Any time now, she almost whispers. Run! The Quat unfurls its wings and leaps at her. Richa raises a hand and unleashes a volley of magic missiles at the winged serpent as it arcs through the air at her. But they are absorbed harmlessly by shimmering magical shield like the one she employed earlier. Why are you still here? She
Why do I not
shouts.
get to cast spells and be a badass right now? Richa's a loser. I'm so much cooler than her. I should be casting the spells.
On that note, you can engage the quad anyway, back off and make your escape, or I'm assuming that this is going to have the same effect, but it says if you have Gygar's amulet, you can use it now.
uh, maybe it's been weakened from the attacks. Let's try to use the amulet again, I guess.
Okay. Remember the number 562 for me, real quick.
562, y'all. 562.
So this seems like it's probably going to be the same thing.
Okay, then we can get back to running.
Um, I don't know, maybe it's slightly different, but it essentially raise the amulet summoner's power against the quad has no effect. Quad pauses his attack to look at you with an expression of amusement. I helped create that little trinket, and you think it will work on me? At least it has returned to Zaleth where it belongs, which I think is slightly different, right?
I don't know. I think that's pretty much the same thing.
Like, I think it kind of went more in depth, and you were like, yeah, it kind of looks like it and stuff.
Okay.
So, the feathered serpent lunges at you, reaches too far away to protect you this time. Okay, so it looks like it is different.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Uh, I will give you the option to backtrack if you remember the number that I said. Otherwise, we can go this route.
Let's go this route. We're gonna go for it.
Okay.
I did pull up D&D Beyond's Quaddle stat sheet to try to see what its type was, and see its stats. I don't think
Mm.
I could beat it on my own, but you know what? Should have played smarter then.
All right. I'm guessing with this description, maybe if you had decided to attack it anyway, this is probably where it would have led. Despite Regis' wishes, you square up against the Coat and attack. It rears up and focuses all of its attention on you, biting at you with its dripping fangs. That is a mistake, the Quat's voice says in your mind. Though obviously exhausted, Reacha fights at your side, hurling spells at the Quat. It takes 8 damage per round from her, in addition to whatever damage you deal.
Okay.
So do we want to end on this combat?
Yeah, we're gonna beat the shit out of this snake bird thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
I don't have a lot of AC. I have a 15 AC, so I'm a little worried about it hitting me. But it I think we might be able to do it. I think we might be able to do it.
Okay, but we're ending here
Oh
for the
yeah,
cliffhanger.
yeah.
Okay,
Cliffhanger.
making sure I was
We're gonna fight
understanding.
the Quat, the Kumquat. Happy Pride. Uh, oh gosh. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna fight the Quat. I guess next week. I need to. I'm gonna
So
cheat a
are
little bit. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. What page is the stat block on? Oh,
cheater. Um, Since you're going to do it anyway, it's on page 145, or if you go to block, like text block
Okay,
545.
this is about the same stat block as what I was looking at. So cool, 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 cool. A CR4, um, and I'm level 2, and I think that that is not great, but Reacha is at least going to add 8 to my damage, so we're going to get something going. We're going to do something.
But AC 19.
Oh gosh, an AC 19. Y'all better be ready to bless next week. Y'all gotta lurk on Thursday, get some points, and we'll be good. Oh gosh.
But
Okay, we'll see how it turns out. We'll see how it turns out.
are you ready for next stream? 5 minutes into the stream, it's like, all right, end of stream, everybody.
Yeah, we'll be like, oh, guess the quad one. Oh no. uh, put a marker on. I think it was 565. Is that what it was?
I put it on 545, but is that your
I think that was the number that you told me to
told you to
remember,
remember?
or it was
Okay.
somewhere around there.
Um, maybe on my comment on this that I added for where we left off, I'll put um maybe remember 565.
Okay, because we can still run technically mid-combat. That is still an option. Okay, so yeah, that's going to be the end of today's stream. We are going to better have a new character and campaign prep. Oh yeah, we are probably going to do Oki Island next, I think. And next campaign, it sounds like we'll probably next session we'll probably end this campaign. I'm assuming that we can probably get the epilogue finished and finish this battle. I don't imagine there's going to be much left to do. So maybe
So we're
next
all
week we'll talk about character creation for the next one. Or maybe we'll just keep Caliday. I don't know. Caliday, I think, would be prepared for a new adventure. If she levels to level 3, and if I can get the ending I want from this, I got some ideas.
Incality seems like she would want to hang out with pirates, so
Yeah, Caliday's all up for exploring things. So yeah, we'll keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Next week, it might be the end of this session, and then character creation for the next campaign. Be finishing Oki Island tomorrow night. Cool. What do you happen to know what time you're going to go live? Do a quick shout out to Nerdy Gertie. How do you do shout out again? I think you actually have to like type it all the way out.
yep. Yeah, backslash shout out. Let's see if I can spell this right this time.
I got it.
I gave a shout out.
Ugh,
Mwahaha.
I was typing it still. 9 p.m. Okay, yeah, I don't think we have anything else going on tomorrow. Oh, well, Eastern time, so that would be 7 our time. Okay, I think we'll probably be back from our walk. We'll just have to do our walk a little bit early tomorrow. Yes.
Yes, sorry. My brain stalled out on me.
Jaded's like, walking? No. Ew. Me? Never. On Pride Month? On Pride Month, you're gonna have me walk?
That's homophobic.
That might include spoilers. Honestly, I feel like we could go with a little bit of spoilers. Looking at how we've like struggled through some of these, I don't think spoilers are all bad. Not to mention, when I was able to watch your stream, it was kind of interesting seeing different options than what I would pick. So who knows? Maybe we'll go completely different routes and get completely different endings like this. Did you? Oh wait, did you play this one already? Did you already do? I just realized I have Wolves of Langston in the background, and this is not Wolves of Langston. Uh, whoops. But did you already beat this one? I know that hey Death Beaver has. You're doing Celeste next. Okay, I was gonna say we'll have to know how different your choices are gonna be for Mars, because it definitely seems like I missed a lot of things. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it definitely seems like I missed a lot of things.
And I think you at least skipped some battles because there were the methods that you could have fought, which it kind of referenced. It acted like you had seen them come out. Uh,
Yeah. Do
but
another
I
one
think
of
you
their one
also
shots first. I haven't looked at any of their one shots. Okay, missed some of the battles in Oki. Okay, we got to re-roll. We're going Barbarian, and we're gonna fight everything. Oh gosh, I don't know if I could do a Barbarian. I already feel like I'm rolling so low on things right now, and I kind of have a pretty nice spread of my stats. So I'm like, if I did a Barbarian and I had to put points in Strength, where I couldn't put it into other things, that would stress me out. I don't think I could ever play a Barbarian. But we're going to close this out so I can go get a snack. And we'll see you later, Nerdy. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Nerdy's doing Oki Island. And if there's anyone else here, I'll be doing word games in about an hour, primarily on TikTok. There is technic. If you want to lurk, and just have ads run, you can definitely do that. Just saying. If anytime you want to lurk and you just want ads to run, get me those tasty little ad pennies. I'll take it. But we'll see you next week. Say goodbye, Jaded.
goodbye.